I'm Katie, and this is the Beer Coach channel. And today I am talking about New Zealand style Pilsners. That is categorized as X5 in the BJCP beer style guidelines. That means it's provisional or a local style. This video is part of a series where I'm covering beer styles you might want to know, and this one fits into the Pilsner style category specifically. This video is great if you're studying for a BJCP or Cicerone exam, or if, like me, you just like beer. But why listen to me? I'm a nationally ranked beer judge and an Advanced Cicerone, and I've taken a few of those tests myself. So go ahead and grab a New Zealand Pilsner if you can find one. I had a bit of a challenge myself, and we'll get started. Today I am drinking a beer called New Zealand Pilsner from Crooked Stave Brewing Company out of Denver, Colorado. They were founded in 2010 by Chad Jacobson. Today they are majority owned and run by a woman named Jetta Verobek. She is very sweet and kind. I had the pleasure of meeting her about a year ago. And this brewery makes really good beer. If you haven't had a chance to have it, highly recommend. Their version is 5%, and they dry hop it with New Zealand grown Motueka hops. Other traditional ingredients include Pilsner or pale base malt, sometimes wheat malt, and then clean low mineral water and lager yeast or very clean fermenting ale yeast. This beer style has a much shorter history than most of its European brethren. It originated at Emerson Brewing Company in New Zealand, of course, and it started in the early to mid 1990s, which makes this beer style younger than me. They decided to emulate the European Pilsner style, but use local ingredients. So they used New Zealand hops and a more modern hopping technique, dry hopping, which was traditional in IPAs, which added more aroma to the beer. Of course, this beer was awesome and it spread across New Zealand pretty quickly. And the American palate, which was very hop crazed and craft beer crazed at the time, caught wind of it and it spread from there. Starting with aroma. Hops definitely dominate in the aroma profile, but I do get a moderately low cracker white bread from the malt, and then I get a lemon lime zestiness from the hops, and I did get a low whiff of sulfur from the lager yeast when I first poured it. We do have to talk about the appearance. It is cloudy, which is not traditional for style, but it's a beautiful orange gold color and had a gorgeous white, thick, moussey head that is still lasting forever. Moving on to mouthfeel. Medium light body with medium high carbonation. It's very prickly on the palate, which is nice. No creaminess, no alcohol warmth, and no astringency. So right on the money. How's the flavor matchup? Ooh, that's good. I'm getting a moderate level of malt, a lot of white bread, kind of base level there. Moderate bitterness, definitely not harsh. Moderately high hop flavor, so we're balanced towards the hops. The hop flavor is predominantly lime zest. There's a moderate level of stone fruit in there, some peaches, also a little bit of white wine, and a touch of grassiness in there. Very clean lagering, no noticeable esters or phenolics, which is great. And then it has a very dry finish, which is, again, not harsh, but it's refreshing and it makes you want to come back for another sip. I do love this style, what can I say? A few more notes on this beer style. The ABV range is 4.5 to 5.8, and the classic examples include Emerson Pilsner, Croucher New Zealand Pilsner, Liberty Halo Pilsner, Panhead Port Road Pilsner, Sawmill Pilsner, and Totera Mott Eureka. When we're comparing this Pilsner to the other Pilsners I've already discussed, It is dry hopped like an Italian Pilsner, but we're using a different style hop, New World hops versus European hops, so different flavor and aroma profile. A German Pilsner is crisp and clean, similar to this, but it's more aggressively bitter. And then the Czech style Pilsner with the very, very soft water has a more malt forward flavor profile, even though it has a very similar IBU range to the rest of the Pilsners. I had a really great time talking about and drinking one of my favorite beer styles, New Zealand Pilsner. I hope you did too. I hope you found a New Zealand style Pilsner, because this was the only one I could track down in all of New York City this week. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to be beer coached on next. Cheers!